Alright, history fanatics, grab your popcorn and settle in, because we're about to spill the juiciest tea on one of the most utterly bizarre monarchs in European history. Charles VI of France 1368 to 1422. Nicknamed Charles the Mad, this king's mental illness wasn't just a private struggle. It was a full-blown, public spectacle that led to some truly wild, jaw-dropping moments that rocked medieval Europe to its very foundations. Imagine, if you will, being the King of France, the most powerful man in the realm, but living in constant, paralyzing fear that your royal body might shatter into a million pieces. That's right, Charles VI was plagued by the infamous glass delusion, genuinely believing he was made of fragile glass. To protect his incredibly delicate, yet undeniably regal, self, he actually had iron rods sewn into his clothing. He wouldn't even let his closest advisors, his own family, or even his servants get too close, terrified they might accidentally bump him and turn him into a pile of royal shards. Talk about a delicate disposition for a king who was supposed to lead armies and inspire awe. The irony, darling, is simply exquisite. But the glass delusion was just one sparkling facet of his chaotic, diamond-encrusted puzzle. In 1393, Charles decided to throw a masquerade ball, a medieval rave if you will, that would go down in history as the infamous Bal des Ardents, Ball of the Burning Men. For this epic party, Charles and 5 of his noble friends decided to dress up as wild men, and when I say wild, I mean they were literally covered head to toe in costumes made of linen, soaked in highly flammable resin, and then tufted with flax to look all hairy and savage. They even wore masks, so no one, not even the Queen, knew who was under those ridiculous, fire-trap outfits. Now, here's where the drama ignites, and trust me, it's ablaze. Despite strict rules against open flames, Charles's younger brother, Louis, Duke of Orleans, and a friend, both reportedly very, very drunk, stumbled into the hall carrying torches. One spark, whether accidental or, as some whispered, a drunken flick, caught a costume, and boom. The wild men were instantly engulfed in a horrifying inferno. Imagine the screams, the panic, the smell of burning flax and resin. 4 of the nobles died a horrific, agonizing death right there on the dance floor. Charles himself was only saved by sheer, dumb luck and the quick thinking of his aunt, the Duchess of Berry, who, in a truly heroic move, threw her massive, voluminous dress over him, shielding him from the raging flames. This fiery disaster seemed to push Charles even deeper into the abyss of his mental illness, triggering a severe, prolonged episode that left him utterly broken. Some party, right? And the madness didn't stop there. During his terrifying bouts of insanity, Charles would completely forget his own name, the inconvenient fact that he was king, and even his own wife and children. He was known to run around the castle howling like a wolf, and once, in a fit of pure delirium during a military expedition, he actually attacked his own men, swinging his sword wildly and killing several of his own knights. And if you thought medieval hygiene was bad, prepare yourself. Charles once refused to bathe or change his clothes for 5 whole months. Imagine the stench in the royal palace, the poor courtiers trying to conduct state business while holding their breath. His erratic behavior became so utterly impossible to contain that his advisors had to literally wall up palace entrances to prevent him from running out into the streets, a truly desperate measure for a king. His doctors, in their infinite medieval wisdom, even tried to cure him by drilling small holes into his head, sometimes by surprising him with men in blackened faces jumping out at him. Spoiler alert, it didn't work. It's now believed he might have suffered from schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, or encephalitis. This royal madness had devastating consequences for France. Charles VI's incapacitation created a massive power vacuum, fueling a brutal civil war between powerful factions like the Armagnacs and Burgundians. His wife, Queen Isabeau of Bavaria, often found herself navigating this treacherous political landscape, and some whispers suggest she even took a lover, Charles's own brother Louis of Orleans, and possibly bore him children, a scandalous turn of events directly linked to the king's deteriorating state. This internal chaos ultimately paved the way for English influence and major defeats in the 100 Years' War, basically turning France into a royal reality show with very high stakes and even higher body counts. And the madness didn't stop with Charles, either. Oh no, it was practically a family tradition. His grandson, Henry VI of England, also suffered from debilitating mental illness, and his episodes were equally, if not more, absurd. During the brutal, bloody Wars of the Roses, Henry would sometimes become so utterly catatonic that his own family would literally leave him sitting under a tree during a battle. The unspoken agreement: whoever won the fight would simply pick up the king afterward. One French chronicler, bless his gossipy heart, even claims that after one such brutal battle, Henry was found under his tree, singing to himself, completely oblivious to the chaos, the screams, and the bloodshed that had just unfolded around him. Can you even imagine the battlefield report? Victory secured, and the king is still singing, Your Grace. So, what do you think about Charles VI, France's Mad King? Was he a tragic figure, a victim of an illness no one understood, or did his bizarre behavior simply add a layer of chaotic, unforgettable drama to an already turbulent era? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you were shocked, amazed, or just plain confused by this deep dive into medieval royal madness, hit that like button, subscribe for more juicy history, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss our next video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.